Thank you for listening to Depictions Media Radio.
Welcome to Policy and Rights, the show about government policy and human rights. Welcome back to Policy and Rights here in Depictions Media Radio. In this next segment, we're going to be hearing from Justin Trudeau, and he is giving away awards to teachers for excellence in education and teaching our children to be innovators and to step up to what our future actually needs. He's going to say that in his speech to these teachers who are about to be presented with a Prime Minister award about how they are forming the new leaders, the new technologies, and the new developments for social development and other areas. We're also going to hear from the Minister of Family, Children and Social Development, Karina Gould. She'll have something to say about it, as well as Andy Filmore, the parliamentary secretary to the Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry. They are all praising the good work that the teachers are doing in order to promote new minds, which is really good, but the question remains is how is our government working to level out the playing field so that there aren't schools that are receiving more privileges than others, so that innovation is coming from all different types of areas and not just from the top schools? How are they ensuring that all children get to take advantage of education and move forward? Creating new minds is a business that should hold no privileges and have many, many rights. So let's listen to what Justin Trudeau and our other three guests had to say at this award ceremony.
Thank you to the students from Lisgar Collegiate Institute and their teachers, Richard and Laura. Not just for being here today, but for helping set a celebratory tone for our event. Cela fait plus de 3 ans que nous n'avons pas pu nous réunir en personne pour vous célébrer. Vous, qui êtes parmi les enseignants et les éducateurs de la petite enfance les plus extraordinaires du Canada. Et quels défis ces 3 années ont représenté. Nous avons organisé notre première célébration virtuelle avec le Premier ministre et les lauréats nationaux de 2020, ce qui nous a permis d'établir des liens et de partager de grandes idées, mais se réunir en personne est tellement mieux, n'est-ce pas? The educators we honor here today understand that the learning process is just as important as the knowledge itself. They place students in the role of active producers of knowledge, where learning goes beyond the classroom and is brought to life. They center their teaching around the indigenous ways of knowing and ways of being. Ils excellent dans le défi de faire le lien entre la théorie et la pratique, en reliant les STEM, c'est-à-dire les sciences, la technologie, l'ingénierie et la mathématique, au changement climatique, à l'égalité des sexes, aux droits de la personne, à la lutte contre le racisme et à l'inclusion, en utilisant des données provenant d'organismes de recherche. Ils ont une connaissance intime des défis auxquels font face les nouveaux arrivants au Canada. En effet, ils incluent la grande communauté dans leur enseignement. The award recipients redefine what a typical classroom looks like by creating opportunities where their students can think critically and learn to solve problems all by themselves. Their students are learning 3D printing and public speaking. They're growing plants using hydroponic systems and donating the produce to food banks and local chefs in training. They're designing wind turbines and rainwater irrigation systems. They're coding amazing inventions and products. They're engaging in mock trials and court proceedings, and that's just to name a few. These teachers and educators understand that our children and youth deserve the best we have to offer them. But you don't have to take my word for it. Let's hear directly from those who know them best.
I'd like to congratulate you on your win. Yay!
I would just like to say a huge congratulations for winning the 2022 Prime Minister's Award.
Félicitations, tu le mérites tellement.
Mr. Harris was our grade 1 teacher.
He was the best.
Hey, Mr. Rickard, it's Cameron from LDSS. Just want to send you a huge congratulations on your achievement.
It's the best preschool in my whole entire life.
Madame Prou, j'aimerais vraiment vous remercier de m'avoir non seulement accueilli à cette école, mais également d'avoir été dévouée tout au long de mon secondaire.
Tanya, thank you for always guiding me in the right direction.
You know, he's not only a teacher, but he also feels like a friend.
I like how Dr. B is really fun.
Thank you, Miss Luke, for being such an amazing teacher and role model.
She always teaches us math in a way we understand.
When I was in second grade, I didn't really like to go to school, but Ms. Fernandez helped me enjoy school more.
She helped me read long words, and then I can read long words in chapter books now.
It is because of Mrs. Ledoux we know our stories matter and we are proud of our heritage and culture.
Ms. Porto, I'm very, very happy for you. You were the light in my darkness, giving me hope, motivation, and encouragement to move forward in my life.
And I loved all the science experiments we did.
The amount of dedication you have for your students can't be matched by anyone. I owe my entire academic journey to you.
On aimerait vous remercier, Madame Prou. Pour moi, c'est votre appui au gouvernement des élèves.
Madame Prou, tu nous as inspiré à explorer notre passion pour l'art dramatique et la comédie. Merci. Félicitations, Madame Prou.
You made learning really fun for me.
Congratulations, Mrs. Ledoux. You made us into leaders and we are grateful.
Hi, I'm Serena.
Hi, I'm Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hello, this is Isabella.
Hi, Miss Tori. This is Dennis.
Hi, I'm Marlene. And we'd all like to wish her congratulations.
J'ai aimé faire des choses avec la vache.
Miss Tori is an awesome physics teacher who dedicated time and energy to not just teaching me physics, but to helping me understand the kind of career I wanted and now have instead. I wouldn't be who I am without him.
Mr. Bradshaw is one of the most well-deserving, caring, and hilarious teachers for this award.
And he's been one of the most humorous, positive, and the most enthusiastic person I've ever known.
You've taught me a lot about mental health and Black youth, and I'm very appreciative for you.
And teaching us so much about social justice issues.
After all you've done for everyone, we are so glad that people are finally recognizing you for all the good things that you fulfill.
One of the most vulnerable things is to drop them off for their first experience away from you. When your child has a special need, in my case, Nate was born blind, it's even more terrifying. Sue, from day one, made it her mission to get to know Sophie. To get to know our son and to help make him as independent as possible.
Miss Tori also believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself. She'd never doubted my capabilities and pushed me to pursue my dreams no matter what. I can't say I'd be where I am today studying mechanical engineering at the University of Toronto without her.
I'm so happy to have a teacher like you.
Congrats, Freddie! Darling, I love you. Congratulations, Teacher Maria, on your wall. We love you. We love you. We love you. Merci. Gros bisous.
I think we need to break out the tissues after that one. What a remarkable impact the Prime Minister's Awards recipients have had on their students, their communities, the children in their care, and the country. Merci à tous ceux qui nous ont aidés à monter cette vidéo. I now invite the Honourable Karina Gould, Minister of Families, Children and Social Development, to come up and say a few words about the importance of early childhood educators in our lives.
Thank you, Doreen. It is such a delight to be here today to honor our teachers and our educators. The people who often spend more time with our children than we do in a day, who get to know them, care for them, and help them grow and learn, who become guides and mentors, who see the potential in our children. We can all think of that special teacher who had a lasting impact on our lives, and as we heard so eloquently from the videos just now. I'd like to spend a little time talking about our everyday superheroes, our early childhood educators. Throughout the pandemic, they went to work each day to care for our most precious resources, our smallest children, so that the rest of us could go to work. Non seulement ils sont des aidants exceptionnels et aimants, mais ils enseignent également à nos enfants pendant leurs années les plus formatrices. Nous savons que les premières années de la vie d'un enfant sont les plus importantes pour son développement cognitif, social et émotionnel. Soyons clairs, les EPE sont le cœur battant du système de garde d'enfants. Et je suis exceptionnellement fière de faire partie d'un gouvernement qui a mis en place des services de garde universels, accessibles, de qualité et inclusifs d'une notion à l'autre. Nous ne pouvons atteindre aucun de nos objectifs sans le talent et le dévouement des EPE. Et c'est pourquoi nous avons travaillé fort pour faire en sorte que non seulement les EPE soient rémunérés équitablement, mais que leur travail acharné soit reconnu et valorisé. And I know that I would not be able to do my job without the amazing team of ECEs in Burlington and Ottawa that took care of and taught my son until he started JK this year. As a parent, the relief and comfort I had knowing each day that my son was safe, well-loved, and learning was priceless. And if any of you have spent a day with 24 preschoolers, or let's be honest, just one, you'll know that while absolutely rewarding, it is tough work, both physically and emotionally. And ECEs across the country do it every day with care and a lot of energy. Chaque jour, les éducateurs de la petite enfance et les enseignants façonnent la prochaine génération de Canadiens. Ils leur enseignent les rudiments de la vie et de l'apprentissage, les préparent à l'école et au monde. Comme la Journée mondiale des enseignants approche à grands pas, j'aimerais lancer un cri de cœur à tous les enseignants et éducateurs du Canada, à tous les niveaux. Vous inspirez les élèves et vous allez changer leur vie tous les jours, dans les grandes comme dans les petites choses, en les aidant à trouver leur voie. A warm congratulations to this year's inspiring recipients. We are grateful for all you do, and we sincerely appreciate you. Thank you. Merci.
Merci, Ministre Gould. C'est maintenant avec beaucoup de plaisir que j'inviterai au secrétaire parlementaire de l'Innovation des sciences et de l'industrie, M. Andy Filmore, à prendre la parole.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to be here with you all. And Doreen, thank you very much for having us on the stage with you to celebrate this remarkable day, but also for all of your work you do year-round to support this program at the Department of Innovation, Science and Economic Development, the federal department that runs this award program on behalf of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, Minister Gould, it's wonderful to be with you as well. We're joined by many of our parliamentary colleagues who are here, in most cases, in support of a constituent teacher who is being awarded, recognized today. It's wonderful to have you as well. My name is Andy Filmore. I am the Member of Parliament for Halifax, and I am the Parliamentary Secretary to Minister François-Philippe Champagne, the Minister of Innovation, Science and Economic Development. And I am so pleased to be with you here today to meet some of our country's world-class educators, including one from my own hometown in Halifax. So if you'll allow me, I'd like to give a special shout out to Sabine Fells, if you're back there. Hey, Sabine, how are you? A little Halifax love. Congratulations and thank you for everything that you do for our kids back home. Of course, more than anyone, teachers know that our children are the future of this country. And this is where all of you come in, all the teachers come in. You are the ones that put that ladder in place, that hold it steady and give the students the support they need to make that climb to a better future. It's been said that teaching is the one profession that creates all of the other professions. You ensure that our students remain curious and engaged, whether in the classroom in person or virtually. You inspire them to shape the future for all of us. And we know it's not an easy job, but the work you do benefits all Canadians. And when we think about it, the scientists, the doctors, the engineers, the builders, the innovators, the artists and performers, the teachers that we cherish and rely on today, they were all students in their youth, and they all had teachers who encouraged them to think, to challenge themselves, and to pursue their dreams. Teachers like my mother, like my sister, like my uncle, you get the idea, but most importantly, like all of you. So as we gather to celebrate our incredible educators and their contributions, we recall the words of Nelson Mandela: education is the most powerful weapon with which you can change the world. The educators we honor today work every day to give their students that power. And as a result, you are giving Canada a brighter tomorrow. Now, speaking of teachers, it's now my privilege to introduce one particular teacher you may be familiar with, someone for whom this event is deeply personal. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming the Prime Minister of Canada, the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau.
Thank you, Andy. It's great to be here with you and Karina today. You both know how important it is for our government to make sure that young people have what they need to succeed, and that includes empowering and recognizing excellence in teaching. So thank you guys for all your hard work. It's also, as my colleagues mentioned, really good to see so many MPs here from different parties supporting their constituents. As local constituency MPs, all of us know just how much teachers hold together their communities, contribute every single day to the opportunities that our kids are building for themselves, bringing together community, bringing together a sense of belonging and a sense of purpose. It is extraordinarily important, particularly these past 2 years, where you had to step up in ways that were just extraordinary. As an MP, I got to see it. As a former teacher, I can only imagine how challenging it was to layer on figuring out Zoom and virtual and hybrid teaching formats on top of everything else that your challenging job threw at you. And of course, as a parent, I also know from having watched 3 kids go through the pandemic and struggle, but also have extraordinary teachers be there for them. How amazing all of you are, and the fact that I am now in the room with the very best teachers in Canada is extraordinarily humbling. But thank you for everything you guys have been doing and will continue to do. Today, with the Teaching Awards, and this week with World Teachers' Day, we have the opportunity to celebrate the transformative role you play in our children's lives. As someone who, yes, spent time in front of a classroom, I know there are many different aspects to being a teacher. Every day you take on the roles of coaches, mentors, advocates, guides on the side, motivational speakers, friendly adults looking out for them. You walk so many different paths that are different with every student you meet. And the challenge of meeting them where they are and bringing them to where they can go is one that demands the very best of you every day. and that you always consistently rise to. En tant qu'enseignant, vous encouragez les jeunes à faire preuve de créativité, de persévérance et à réaliser leurs rêves. Votre sagesse et vos conseils aident les élèves à trouver leur force. C'est tout un défi d'accompagner différents jeunes dans leur développement social et intellectuel. C'est un défi que vous relevez à chaque jour de manière remarquable. I want to congratulate this year's recipients of the Teaching Awards and last year's recipients who are also with us here today. Thank you, all of you, for innovating and leveraging technology to be able to pace your classes based on each student's needs. Thank you for holding science fairs and art projects and for teaching the importance of Indigenous languages and culture. Thank you for uploading videos online so students can have extra support at home. Merci de créer des programmes d'échange interculturels avec différentes communautés, entre autres avec les communautés autochtones. Merci de donner le goût de la lecture à nos jeunes à partir de la maternelle. Mes amis, vos parcours en tant que prof sont exceptionnels. Dans vos salles de classe, vous inspirez vos élèves pour qu'ils soient des leaders d'aujourd'hui et des leaders de demain. Des leaders comme Julie Belrose, qui ont eu la piqûre des mathématiques et des sciences à un très jeune âge. Vous enseignez dans des conditions qui ne sont pas toujours faciles, surtout au cours des 2 dernières années. Comme vous le savez, j'étais prof moi aussi, et je suis vraiment impressionné par la manière dont vous avez réussi à vous adapter pendant la pandémie. But let's be straight about things. The past couple of years have been really tough, and you're still adapting. Day in, day out, you continue to be there for our kids, and our government will continue to be there for you. During the pandemic, we invested to improve school ventilation and purchase personal protective equipment. For students and young people, we continue to invest in training programs and financial assistance. And while we help students prepare for their future, we're also investing in their well-being for today. 1 personne sur 5 vit des difficultés sur le plan de la santé mentale, et cette statistique est encore plus élevée chez les jeunes. C'est un enjeu que notre gouvernement prend très au sérieux. Plus de soutien en santé mentale, c'est important pour les jeunes, mais c'est aussi important pour les gens comme vous qui les accompagnent dans leur cheminement. C'est pour ça qu'on continue notre travail pour que plus de gens aient accès à un soutien de qualité partout à travers le pays. My friends, across Canada, from kindergarten to college, we have exceptional teachers and educators like you who prepare young people for success. By believing in our kids and inspiring them to live their dreams, you're making our collective future brighter and our country stronger. And it's not easy, though. And we're living through times of tremendous challenges and disruption. And not just the pandemic, which of course is the most obvious one. The anxiety people are feeling about climate change, about war and global instability, about poverty, about the challenges that echo in our nightly news from around the world. It's easy for kids, it's easy for anyone, but especially for kids, to feel small, faced with the challenges of the world. To wonder what their place is in a world that seems so much bigger and so much more challenging than anything they could have imagined. I mean, adults these days are filled with anxiety and despair as we're adjusting to new realities. How much more so for kids, for whom mental health challenges, the strains and stresses on their families caused by the pandemic and a changing world, the challenges we see on every street corner and in far corners of the world. It's easy to imagine kids just feeling so overwhelmed by it that they wonder what their role could possibly be. How any one of them could hope to be relevant or make a difference or have an impact on the world around them when it's so big and so challenging. Except each of you are here today because you figured out how to do that. You figured out how to empower your students to understand not just that they mattered, each of them as a group, but each of them as individuals. That every student has something to offer. That every student has a story yet to be written, of which they are the hero. And that all of us will rely on. Because of all the different challenges in the world, let's take climate change as one example. It didn't happen because one person in power decided to flip a switch. It happened because of millions upon millions of accumulated actions by billions and billions of people. And if that can change the world in challenging ways, so must the thoughtful, present, engaged actions of millions of young people as they grow be able to change the world for the better. But that only happens if they understand how powerful they are, how much they are shaping the world we are part of. And getting a kid to understand that in a real way, I mean, it's easy. When kids are little, they know they're the center of the universe and everything rotates around them. But then they get older and they realize that no, there's a whole world out there that is really hard for them to find their place in. And the impact each of you has had on hundreds upon hundreds of kids to show them that they matter. To show them that the work they do, the things they figure out about themselves, the way they impact on their friends, their community, and their world is the only thing that matters in terms of drawing what the future of all of us looks like. That's a big task at a time where everything is so complicated. But you're here today because you figured that out. You haven't got it all figured out because teaching is a constant learning process. But you helped inspire kids in a tough world. You helped empower them in a time of powerlessness. And you gave them the sense that yes, the future is theirs to create in every different way they can imagine and they develop. And that is something for which a certificate and a recognition today can never be enough for everything you've done. So on behalf of all parliamentarians, on behalf of all parents, and on behalf of all Canadians, merci. Merci pour tout ce que vous faites. Merci pour tout ce que vous allez continuer de faire. I've often reflected on who teachers are ultimately accountable to. Partially it's to the parents who entrust their kids to you. Partially it's to the school boards who give you your jobs and the community that funds your salaries. Partially you're also accountable to the kids themselves and the kind of tools you're going to give them. But ultimately, your accountability is something that doesn't even exist yet. It's to the world that will be peopled by the adults you help create. What kind of adults are these kids going to grow up to be? You have as much to say in that as any parent, and don't let anyone tell you different on that. And the role that you have fulfilled in doing this, and the reason we're recognizing you today is because you were exceptionally good at it and will continue to be. Merci beaucoup, mes amis.
Thank you.
This show has been produced by Depictions Media. Please contact us at depictions.media for more information.